Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. I've been talking and writing a lot about rising obesity rates and about the advertising, the marketing that's going to kids and teenagers, and I've been writing and talking a lot about childhood obesity. And there was another report yesterday in WebMD, this was November 9th of 2010, that talks about obese teens at risk of severe adult obesity. There's a study that shows that 37% of obese boys and 51% of obese girls become severely obese. What's unique about this study is we are following them over 13 years, says researcher Penny Gordon-Larson, PhD Associate Professor of Nutrition at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. She expected to see an increase of severe obesity during young adulthood in those teens who were obese, but the percentages were higher than she anticipated. Half of all the obese female teens develop severe obesity by their 30s, and 37% of the obese male teens develop severe obesity. Severe obesity is defined as having a body mass index, BMI, of 40 or greater. When we're talking about severe obesity, we're talking about 80 to 100 pounds over normal body weight, Gordon-Larson says. The excess weight carries with it an increased risk of health complications such as high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, and arthritis. The study is published in the Journal of American Medical Association. Putting it in other terms, overall, the obese teens were 16 times more likely to develop severe obesity as young adults compared to normal weight or overweight but not yet obese teens, she found. Less than 5% of those who were at normal weight as teens became severely obese as young adults. Those who developed severe obesity gained about 80 pounds over the 13-year follow-up, Gordon-Larson says. I think these numbers are pretty staggering in terms of the amount of weight gained and the risk, she says. And then here's some advice that she has for parents. Gordon-Larson tells parents of all children to keep an eye on weight gain. She suggests parents have a goal of keeping a healthy household. That means focusing on healthy food options and building physical activity into the day, encouraging kids to walk more and move more. Healthy changes need to be adopted by all family members, not just children who are trying to maintain or lose weight. As a family, you adopt a healthier lifestyle for everyone. The whole family does it together. It really, truly has to be a family affair. I've talked for a long time about when it comes to childhood obesity, the whole family has to be involved. It has to be a family affair. Beyond those changes, the obese child needs a lot of support. Parents of obese children and obese teens should talk to their child's pediatrician and ask for screenings for diabetes, high cholesterol, and other potential problems, and what resources are available in the community to help your child lose weight. You know, folks, one of the things that I want to caution about when it comes to talking with your children and dealing with children being overweight is that I do hear a lot of people come into my office that were growing up in the 50s and 60s, and at that point in time, particularly girls were often put on diet pills, and there's a lot of weight control and the Twiggy image, and when they look back at pictures of themselves at that point in time, they were actually at a very healthy weight. But just the culture, and there was a lot of parental pressure about what your kids should look like, and there were some very unhealthy behaviors that developed out of that. So you want to be careful in how you approach your children when it comes to being overweight, but it also in most cases can be pretty obvious. So when a child is overweight, that there needs to be some changes. And again, it's not about singling out a child, it's about the whole family being involved. The whole family needs to eat healthy. You can't have Twinkies in the house for everybody else and not for the overweight child. Get rid of the Twinkies. There's no reason to have Twinkies in a house. And so as a family, you want to encourage not only healthy eating, but also exercise and movement and doing things together as a family. And I had someone this morning on the ferry. We were talking actually about this article, and I talked about the importance of teaching children self-hypnosis. And she got kind of freaked out about that, and she said, well, I just don't know. She said, I don't know if I want anybody giving my child suggestions or not. Well, I started laughing, and I said, well, do your kids watch TV? And she said, yes. And I said, do your kids play video games? And yes. And are they on the internet? And yes. And I said, do you know that your kids, your teenagers on an average day get exposure to 5 fast food commercials? Now that's hypnotic suggestions being given. And the idea of going and eating fast foods and eating the high-fat burgers and fries and milkshakes, and it's not about pushing their salads. It's not about pushing healthy foods at fast foods. They're pushing the fat foods. And I explained to her that hypnosis is the ultimate display of control. It's about teaching your kids, and yourself as well, about how to be in charge of your thoughts, your emotions, to be and your behaviors, and to be in charge of what you're eating, how much you're eating, and ultimately your weight. Creating that desire to focus on healthy foods, to eat when you're hungry, to stop eating when you have enough fuel in your body. You know, when you come home from work and you're all stressed out and you're devouring food like crazy and you eat way too much food too fast, well, that's an eating trance. Getting out of that trance and being back in your body, aware of your breath, aware of your feet on the floor, eating when you're hungry, stopping eating when your body says enough. Hypnosis actually is, again, the ultimate display of control. And we should be teaching this to all our kids, because then not only does it become a powerful tool that they can use around food and eating and exercise, they can use it with their sports, they can use it with their music lessons or dance lessons or theater. They can certainly use it in school with academics. They can use it with relationships. It becomes a powerful tool of your child learning to take control of their thoughts, their emotions, and their behavior. So if you're interested in learning more about hypnosis, check the resources in your community or look online here at Hypnosis Health Info. And all the resources that are here, look up under Self-Hypnosis and Hypnosis Demystified. And feel free to give me a call, 206-903-1232, or send me an email, roger@hypnosishealthinfo.com. If you live here in the Puget Sound area, you can come here to my office in downtown Seattle in the Medical Dental Building, or over on Bainbridge Island. Once a month I'm in Forks. And if you live too far away, then over the phone, using the internet, using Skype, we can also set up sessions to support you in your success and help your family to take the weight off and keep it off. We got to do this because we just absolutely can't afford the upcoming increase in healthcare costs because our kids are so overweight. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.